BlackRock CEO Larry Fink calls Bitcoin digital gold and an international asset on national television, at the same time that we see some very interesting connections coming up between BlackRock and Quant. Additionally, while Binance is being sued by the CFTC in the US, we have a team member of Crypto.com becoming the newest member of the CFTC's Digital Assets Market Subcommittee. We're going to break down what this means for the adoption of Crowcoin in the US and more in today's daily market update.
And also, I do believe the role of crypto is it's digitizing gold in many ways. Instead of investing in gold as a hedge against inflation, a hedge against the onerous problems of any one country, or the devaluation of your currency, whatever country you're in. Let's be clear. Bitcoin is an international asset. It's not based on any one currency. And so it can represent an asset that people can play as an alternative.
So there you have it, right from BlackRock CEO himself, the CEO of a $9 trillion asset manager. And it's pretty obvious at this point why he does want this Bitcoin spot ETF to get approved, because he wants those billions of dollars of inflows that will be coming into Bitcoin if they can get this on the actual stock exchange. And this is a very different note from what Larry Fink had to say about Bitcoin back in 2017. So for a brief history lesson, back in October of 2017, he called Bitcoin an index of money laundering. And this is when Bitcoin had hit at that time a record high earlier of $5,800, and Bitcoin had rallied up 470% on the year. So bearish at 58,000, now bullish on Bitcoin at 31,000. And this goes to show you guys that institutional adoption of Bitcoin is inevitable, that this technology, this asset class is so powerful that even the largest asset manager in the world has now had to shift their tone and get on board with Bitcoin. Now, I do want to talk about BlackRock more here, but this time in relation to Quant, as we actually saw an article from BlackRock here where he says that he hopes to make crypto much cheaper for investors. And then we saw the Quant Network CEO Gilbert Verdian say, time for institutions using enterprise-grade technology for tokenized assets and settling with tokenized money. And this is something BlackRock has discussed multiple times, in fact stating here that tokenization is the next generation for traditional finance markets. And tokenization just refers to the process of taking physical assets and essentially making a digital representation of them on the blockchain. The one that we most commonly talk about on the channel here is taking physical dollars and converting them into a digital dollar, as I do believe this will be the biggest use case for tokenization in the upcoming bull run. However, this can extend to multiple other different physical assets like bonds, real estate, land, and even art, like we've already kind of seen in the form of NFTs. So Larry Fink argued that tokenization will provide instantaneous settlement and reduced fees, and obviously something that can save BlackRock both time and money is something they are going to be bullish on. So no wonder they are betting on tokenization as the future of financial services. And that brings us into Quant Overledger here. This is an enterprise grade solution, really targeting these governments and financial institutions and helping them tokenize and digitize their business. So they offer the Overledger token flow, which lets you create institutional grade tokens that will interact on the chain of your choice now and in the future in minutes and without any need for coding experience. Superior smart contracts embedded. So obviously the security of these smart contracts is going to be number one for these financial institutions. And this can show you guys some of the use cases that Quant Overledger does offer with their tokenization. It is not just digital currencies like CBDCs and currency trials and deployment. This also extends to cross-border payments, next-gen payment systems, and alternative asset digitization like carbon credits, commercial bank tokenized deposits, and fund tokenization, and even extends to supply chain monitoring. So tons of use cases here for the Quant Overledger and tokenization, and this is the number one use case of Quant Overledger in my opinion. But number two, and something that I do think is also very important important is the ability to bridge these tokens. So I am a firm believer that the future of the blockchain is multi-chain. I do think that there are certain blockchains that are really poised to dominate, including the likes of Ethereum, Matic, and Avalanche, in my opinion. However, I don't think that it's going to be a one blockchain takes all game. I think that the future is multi-chain and that a lot of these different blockchains will have to work together. Because if they don't work together, if every company that uses one blockchain uses this one and then another company uses another one, it's going to be a very fragmented industry. We need something that actually connects all of these different blockchains and tokenized assets together, and that is once again what the Quant Overledger does allow. So you can see here that with their bridge flow, you can quickly and safely connect multiple chains with a user-friendly interface. This extends to digital currencies, payments, capital markets, and unique assets. Now, if you guys didn't watch our video on Monday, I definitely suggest that you check that out because we actually showcased the Quant Overledger platform on the channel. This allows anybody to create their own digital currency and or tokenized asset on any blockchain in minutes. And this is the exact platform that the Bank of International Settlements and the Bank of England confirmed to have used for their successful CBDC test pilot. So also, I do want to quickly mention here that Gilbert Verdian, the CEO of Quant, has some very, very interesting connections that I do believe led to Quant even being considered for this currency test trial with the BOE and the BIS. So taking a look at his actual work experience, we can see that he was the CISO at Vocalink, a MasterCard company, director of cybersecurity at PwC, the security lead at the Ministry of Justice UK, integrated supply and trading digital security at BP, security projects and programs at HSBC, CSO and deputy CTO at the HM Treasury, as well as a consultant and senior manager of security at Ernst & Young, one of the biggest law firms in the world. And taking a look at his volunteer experience, you can see that he's currently on the Digital Pound Foundation. He volunteered for the Fed Payments Improvement Community and the Secure Payments Task Force, as well as volunteering for the CMORG Cyber for the Bank of England, also sitting on the EU Blockchain Observatory and Forum member. So we see right here, Gilbert Verdian has connections very high up here in governments in the US, in England, as well as in Europe. And I do think that, the technology Quant offers is number one, but number two is the connections Gilbert Verdian has to actually bring this technology to financial institutions. And a lot of people are quick to ask, what does this have to do with Quant token? And that's why I always talk about the utility of this token, because I do think it's very, very misunderstood. So the Quant token is used to facilitate account creation and transactions via Overledger, and coming in with a 14.8 mil total supply on a token with some of the most important utility in the space, targeting governments and financial institutions. I do believe that Quant, currently sitting at $100, it does have that 5-figure price potential in the future. And listen, there's always going to be people that, accuse me of being a moon boy, of saying that 5-figure price potential is not possible. And to that, I would just simply remind you that these people are probably the same people or the same crowd of people that said similar things about Bitcoin here back in 2013. In fact, we can see here that in 2013, Bitcoin hit about $228, $250 before falling all the way down to $68, and Bitcoin now currently trades at $31,000. So, I've seen it happen before. I'm sure it will happen again. People kind of being short-sighted, saying that that's not possible for Quant. I personally do believe it is possible for Quant. I have put my money where my mouth is, and I'm simply just waiting to see if this does unfold. And I do actually think that the comparison between Quant and Bitcoin is more than valid in terms of a tokenomics perspective, whereas for a lot of other altcoins, I don't really think that's the case. And that's where the tokenomics does play a very big role, in my opinion. Listen, a token with 100 billion supply, I'm not saying is going to hit a 5-figure price potential. In fact, if we take a look at XRP, so let's take a look at XRP. If XRP had Bitcoin's market cap, XRP would be worth $11.28, an upside of 23x from current prices. However, if Quant had Bitcoin's market cap, it would actually be worth 40.5k. Why is that? Because XRP has 100 billion supply and Quant has a mere 14.88 mil total supply. This means that Quant is actually about a third more scarce than Bitcoin, and that's why if Quant did have Bitcoin's market cap, one Quant token would actually be worth more than one Bitcoin. Now, I'm not saying that Quant will hit Bitcoin's market cap. In fact, we can only see here that, if Quant at a market cap of 589 billion would be worth about 40.5k, this means that Quant would really only have to hit a market cap of about 150 billion to be worth 10.3k. And I say only 150 bill is a big number, but the point being made here is that yes, Quant does have that 5-figure price potential. In fact, let's go ahead over to coin market cap here. I think this is a very interesting comparison to make between Quant and XRP, because both of them are distributed ledger technologies working on central bank digital currencies. I actually do think that Quant over ledger has quite a bit more going for it than the XRP ledger personally. However, this is like a pretty good comparison because they are both tokens that are looking to really go ahead and tailor themselves to institutions. So let's go to market cap. Let's go to all time over here. No, I want market cap. Okay. And we can see right off the bat here that XRP at its all-time high market cap came in at about 120 billion. So if you don't believe that Quant can hit a market cap of 150 billion as more capital flows into crypto, I respectfully disagree. And that's why I do maintain that 5-figure price target on Quant for the long term. Now, I do want to wrap things up here talking about Crypto.com, especially at a time where their biggest competitor, Binance, is being sued by the CFTC. In fact, we can see here that Crypto.com's global head of derivatives legal, Steve Humanick, hope I didn't butcher that, becomes the newest member of the CFTC's Digital Assets Market Subcommittee. The subcommittee plays a pivotal role in providing guidance on issues that impact the integrity and competitiveness of U.S. markets, including regulatory challenges in the global marketplace, blockchain and Web3 development, tokenization of digital assets, derivatives, and more. This also comes after we saw Crypto.com actually launch their up-down options platform back in March, the first CFTC regulated crypto derivatives product in the United States. And I do think this is very important here for Crypto.com, especially after we found out, I think it was about a month ago, that Crypto.com actually shut down their institutional business in the United States. This was definitely not something we wanted to see, as I do want to see them continue to expand into the US. That is a very big market for crypto. And while they have actually kind of pulled back from the institutional side, seeing a team member of Crypto.com on the CFTC does kind of lead me to believe that they could look to re-enter this market in the future. And this is very important here because there are some indirect links between the growth of Crypto.com and the actual growth and adoption of CRO. The most notable one, I do believe, is the Crypto.com Metal Visa program and Crypto.com Pay, both of which offer additional cashback if you actually hold CRO within the app. So if Crypto.com can continue their global expansion and also continue to offer incentives to people who actually use CROcoin itself on the platform, I think this could be a very key growth strategy, not only for the company, but also for their native token CROcoin. So on that note, if you did enjoy the content in today's video, you know what to do. If you made it all the way to the end, you are an absolute champion. Let me know in the YouTube comments down below and claim that champion status. I hope you are all having an amazing day, and I hope to catch you in the next one. Peace out for now.